The whole family was happily taking a group photo, but the black boy they had adopted stood off to the side, alone and forgotten. Despite her husband's objections, the woman called the boy over to join them. He looked surprised, almost in disbelief. Carefully, he stepped in behind the others. As the camera clicked and someone said cheese, for the first time in his life, the boy felt what it was like to be part of a warm, loving home. His name was Mike. He weighed over 300 pounds, but mentally, he was like a 6-year-old. His biological father had passed away when he was very young. His mother was addicted to drugs and unable to care for him. In just a few years, Mike had bounced between multiple foster homes. One day, his current foster parents got into another loud argument. Sensitive and quiet, Mike knew what that meant. It was time to go. With nowhere else to turn, he began living on the streets. When he was hungry, he dug through trash cans for leftovers. When he was tired, he snuck into the school gym to sleep. One cold, rainy night, he was walking alone, shivering from head to toe. That's when Annie and her family saw him. Watching the boy's lonely figure disappear into the rain, Annie's heart broke. She turned the car around and caught up to him. She invited him to come home with them for the night. When Mike stepped into Annie's house, he was stunned. He had never seen such a big house, never sat on such a soft couch. Back in her room, Annie hesitated. What if he stole something? She wondered. But the next morning, she was speechless. Not only had Mike touched nothing in the house, he had neatly folded the blanket before quietly slipping out. She ran to catch up to him before he got too far. Today's Thanksgiving, she said. Why don't you stay one more day? That afternoon, Annie made a big meal. The family sat around watching football while eating, but Mike quietly helped himself to just a small scoop of vegetables and a piece of bread, then sat by himself in a corner to eat. Annie watched with a heavy heart. She turned off the TV, brought all the food to the table, and asked everyone to hold hands and say grace before eating. Mike froze when the kids reached out to hold his hands. It was the first time he had ever felt the warmth of a family. That night, Annie asked him, "Would you like to stay here with us?" Mike paused, then bravely said, "I don't want to go anywhere else." Annie smiled quietly. The very next day, she set up a room just for him. Mike looked around in shock and asked, "Is this really for me?" Annie smiled, "Of course. What's wrong? You've never had your own room before?" Mike replied softly, "No." 16 years old, and he had never even slept in a real bed. Annie stood frozen. Her heart ached. After thinking long and hard, she made a big decision. She gathered the whole family together and asked Mike, "Would you like to be part of our family?" Mike was stunned. Looking around at the kids smiling warmly at him, he beamed and said, "Yes." Just like that, Mike finally had a real home. Annie even surprised him with a new car. Her younger son was thrilled and asked Mike to take him to buy a football video game. But on the way, something unexpected happened.